Love is the fulfillment of the law. What? Oh, no one anything except to love one another, for he who loves another has fulfilled the law. And setting aside the law of Elohim, men know not what they are doing. Elohim's law is the transcript of his character. It embodies the principles of his kingdom. He who refuses to accept these principles is placing himself outside the channel of where Elohim's blessings flow. If the law is transcript of Elohim's character, we must ask ourselves, what is Elohim's character? What traits identify Elohim? The best definition we can give is that given by the Apostle John. Elohim is love, 1 John 4:8. Therefore the law is love. To observe its requirements is to love. To love is the fulfillment of the law. The nature of the law, love and love, holy, righteous, and good. The function of the law and grace, law and freedom, law and love. The nature of the law, love and love. You shall love the Lord your Elohim, and you shall love your neighbor. Elohim's law recorded twice, once in Exodus 20 and once in Deuteronomy 5. It's all about relationships with Elohim and relationships with our neighbors. The Lord your Elohim. Do not associate with other gentlemen. Do not use intermediaries in our relationship. Be respectful in your relationship with me. Reserve one day a week to connect with me. Your neighbor. Respect your parents. Respect the life of your neighbor. Respect your spouse. Respect what belongs to your neighbor. Respect the dignity of your neighbor. Admire your neighbor, but do not covet his. And as Yeshua said, these relationships marked by the law must be an expression of love. Holy, righteous, and good. So then the law is holy, and the commandment is holy, righteous, and good. The law, as a reflection of Elohim's character, not only reflects his love, but also other divine characteristics, his holiness, his justice, and his goodness. The commandment is holy. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord, Elohim Almighty. Righteous, righteous Father. Good, there is none good except Elohim alone. Holy, righteous, and good. So then the law is holy, and the commandment is holy, righteous, and good. Written in stone, the law is a testimony to Elohim's unchanging character. It represents Elohim's holiness, his perfect character of love, justice, goodness, and truth. But did not Yeshua make void the law by nailing it to the cross, as many teach? As Paul said, Elohim forbid. The apostle clearly says that once saved by Yeshua, we should not continue sinning. This implies that the law is still in force, since it is what tells us that we are sinners. Messiah came not to do away with the law, but to fulfill all that was promised in the law, in the prophets. Thus, he emphasizes that until heaven and earth pass away, not even the smallest letter or stroke shall pass from the law. The function of the law and grace. You who are trying to be justified by the law have been alienation from Messiah. You have fallen away from grace. Just as many think that love and justice are mutually exclusive, they also think that grace and law are antagonistic, but the truth is that each has its own function. The law teaches us to differentiate between good and evil. Grace forgives us when we break the law and enables us to continue choosing the good. Furthermore, they work together in purpose. Elohim's grace works within us, engraving the law on our hearts. The law, on the other hand, shows us our sin and leads us to Messiah, through whom we obtain forgiveness. Salvation is a free gift from Elohim. We do not keep the law to save ourselves, but because we have been saved, and as a consequence, we want to put our lives in harmony with Elohim's will. Law and freedom. Speak and act as those who are going to be judged by the law that gives freedom. The law that gives freedom. Shouldn't James have said that the law of restrictions? In reviewing the law, Moses gave us a reason to keep it. We have been freed from sin. Sabbath, the fourth commandment of the law, constantly reminds us of that freedom. The freedom that Elohim gives us should lead us to a special fulfillment of the law, to love. The Sabbath also gives us an example of love interwoven with the commandment. Isaiah links the Sabbath with love for Elohim and with love for our neighbor. Love is the fulfillment of the law, but it goes beyond formal fulfillment. Keeping the law is actively doing good, performing works of love, doing justice, caring for others. Law and love. If you really keep the royal law found in Scripture, love your neighbor as yourself, you are doing right. But if you show favoritism, you sin and are convicted by the law as lawbreakers. James gives us an interesting example. A rich man is treated with deference, while a poor man is treated with contempt, and that is within the church. To entertain someone from whom we can benefit is not to love. To despise someone who has problems is not to love, and he who does not love does not fulfill the law. What defines us as followers of Yeshua is love that covers a multitude of sins. When we love the world as Messiah has loved the world, then we are fitted for heaven. When the law of Elohim is written in the heart, it will be exhibited in a pure and holy life. The commandments of Elohim are no dead letter. They are spirit and life, bringing the imaginations and even the thoughts into subjection to the will of Messiah. The heart in which they are written will be kept with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. All who love Yeshua and keep the commandments will seek to avoid the very appearance of evil, not because they are constrained thus to do, but because they are copying a pure model and feel averse to everything contrary to the law written in the hearts.